2024 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Baylor Scheierman
Okay.
of Creighton University.
Yeah, if he's gonna go anywhere, God, that's the most annoying place to.
Yeah.
That's such a Celtics pick.
Tomorrow
Like,
at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN.
thank you, Adam.
Thanks to all the fans, especially here at Barclays Center.
Dang, you didn't rehearse this beforehand, huh?
Just looking around. Yeah.
All right, Baylor Scheierman.
I hate that the draft's on 2 days. Anyways.
I like it. I like it now. I've come around on it. Nearly 24 years old, incredible shooter, really good offensive IQ. He is the epitome of what a Boston Celtic is, just because he's the most annoying player for players that play against him.
All right, well, let's keep it positive here. Okay.
No, it's positive. No, that's a positive thing. I'd be happy if he was on my team if I was Creighton. 9 rebounds a game, 4 assists, great feel for the game, nearly 90% from the line. Like, offensively, he is a really, really good player. And honestly, team defender, he's pretty underrated, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hustles through screens, puts himself in the right places. Offensively, I think he is a really, really good player. There are a couple question marks, but I'll let you go with your positives.
You know, the funny thing is my comp to him is Sam Hauser.
Yeah, mine is too, actually.
They're just going to be playing right next to each other. But yeah, almost 24 years old, 6'7", a guy you can just plug and play in as a shooter. And honestly, a really good rebounder too. I don't remember if you mentioned that, but 9 rebounds per game, 91st percentile of defensive rebounding. So you're talking about a guy that can shoot, rebound. That's where the Sam Hauser one comes in. I think Hauser's kind of a scrappy, do-it-all type player. I think Scheierman can do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hauser's a much better defender.
Yes.
And Hauser was a much better shooter out of college. So with that being said, that's why I have Baylor Scheierman like 40 on my board. But taking him at 30 is not crazy to me, especially considering a lot of the guys I have above him are kind of project players. But yeah, I think he's a good shooter. I don't think he's a great shooter. Which ultimately, if he's going to get on the court next year or in the year after, he's going to have to be a great shooter to make up for the fact that like he's an average defender at best. I think he's probably a negative when he comes in the league. And then he also can do nothing off the dribble. Hauser, I think, is better off the dribble as well. So it's like, what am I exactly getting here? I'm just getting a shooter.
Yeah, I mean, in his spots, I think he's a great shooter. But when you start to get like when you really push out from the NBA 3-point line, like we've had questions where the shot kind of changes a little bit,
and on contests as well.
And on contests.
Yeah.
He also doesn't really like to get to the rim. Like if he cuts, he'll sometimes just stop and pop like on the baseline for a mid-range shot instead of actually going to the basket. So explosiveness is definitely a concern for me. Foot speed, you mentioned defense. Like, is he going to be able to stay in front of players? And he doesn't have a lot of attempts at the rim at all already. So
he was efficient at the rim, but I don't buy it.
Right. Like for example, he took 8 threes per game, but he only took 14 shots overall. So if you're taking, what is that? Quick math on that, 60% of your shots from 3.
Yeah, and probably half of the other ones are pull-up jumpers.
Yeah, pull-up jumpers or cuts or something like that. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to like attack closeouts at all or attack off like handoffs or anything like that. So, but I mean, I like the pick. So
yeah,
I had him like 30. I had him 36th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a pick. It's a shooter. Celtics love shooting. At a shooter. Not mad at it, but that's kind of the player that he is. So
yep.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to y'all later.